The thing about racing is like you got to kind of assert yourself as like the guy. And so I always struggle if I'm not being that guy, being the aggressor. Like if I'm driving down the highway, I gotta be in the left lane. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pro Play. My name's William Byron. Today we're going to be playing Forza Horizon 4. I basically started, through simulation game type atmosphere. My parents thought I was crazy because I was just sitting at home playing video games, learning how to drive. But it was, for me, there was a purpose to it, so it worked out pretty well. Most of the kids start when they're like 6 or 7 years old and go into NASCAR when they're 18 or 19. I was 15 years old and got into NASCAR when I was 19, so it was different. I mean, a lot of people when I started racing were like, there's no way this dude knows what he's doing. So I got a lot of things like that. The thing that annoys me is they kind of make it too easy sometimes. Like the driving line and everything kind of helps you out, but for the casual person, it's good. For like a gamer like me, I like all the assists off and stuff like that. When you get out on the racetrack, you just do your own deal. You're in the race car and you have your helmet on and nothing else really matters. So it was easy for me to kind of get rid of that and that title, I guess, and be able to just go race. If you know the physics of driving and, if you just know how to drive a real car on the road pretty well, I think it translates. And you just got to be aggressive. You just got to kind of go for it. That's what I love about racing is you have to be aggressive all the time. It's like driving on ice. Like I tell my friends all the time, because they think I just like hold it wide open and just put it to the floor, but most of the time you're trying to kind of sense the grip of the car, and it's really just a feel thing. It's like every time I go into a corner, I kind of know what the car did before. I think I finished fourth, but not really. That was a short race. It was like only a minute long. It's a fun game. I guess you can go to another race, probably. I like it. It's kind of cool. You can drive around town and all this stuff and try to avoid oncoming traffic like I just did. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Yeah, so I think this race is on dirt, so hopefully it's probably going to be a little slicker. Not really. I mean, I wish, because dirt's awesome, but not really, just asphalt stuff. But with dirt, you can really it's more forgiving, so you can really sling the car around, and that's kind of what I'm doing, is trying to just get in a corner a little bit too hard and then try to slide around these guys, try to get to the lead. I always struggle if I'm not being that guy, being the aggressor. Like if I'm driving down the highway, I gotta be in the left lane. Go to the lead right there. Yeah, I race against guys all the time on the computer, and a lot of times they know who I am, so either they race me clean and they're like too scared to race against me, or they're like resentful or whatever. So I try not to be a know-it-all. Nobody likes to race against somebody that's like a know-it-all, but I just love competing. This guy's being a pain. I keep passing him and then he's passing me back. Here we go. Just use him up a little bit. See if I can win this. I think I'm on the last lap. Winner.
First place.
There we go.
Nailed it.
I mean, I understand generally like what it is. I just don't always know what would help. So I know what toe or camber is, and camber's like the angle of the tire. So it's like if the tire's up like this, you can put camber in it and angle it, in based on where the corners are. Basically, it's like to keep the tire on the surface as much as possible. And then shocks and springs are pretty simple. Stiffer you go, the more rough the ride is, but sometimes that's more grip because it keeps the platform better. Aero is pretty important. If you have more front downforce, the car is going to turn better, hopefully. More rear downforce, the car is going to be a little more stable when it's like, you know, under braking or things like that. It's all important, but I leave that stuff up to my engineers. Let's see. Let's make it highly skilled. See how this goes. All right, this one's gonna be tough. Man, bringing up the rear right now. That's one of the biggest skills as a driver is kind of how you work the traffic in the car. You know, how you get through and manage that is very important. So I would say that's probably the most important thing. When I first started racing, everything I did was off of video games, so it was like, all right, let me try that, see if it works. And sometimes they did. A lot of times they did. Sometimes they didn't work out so good. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of how you learn, I think. It's like playing Madden for an NFL player. Let's see. I think we're on the last lap here. Close to winning it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Trees don't move. That's all right. Here we go. See if I can get top 5. Oh.
I must count that as
that one was rough.
Podium finish.
I was going for it. I'd have to spend some time racing a little bit to get a little better, but I would probably make the stone walls not just move when you're when you hit them head on. But the trees don't move, so I learned that. That was disappointing. It's less NASCAR racing than it is like other cars, but that's cool for me to do. I mean, the road courses are fun and the dirt tracks, so I liked it. It was cool.